This is Mr. Barnett, and this is a video description of the DCPS Data Analysis Project. In this video, you will create your own scatter plots and perform your own linear regressions using a spreadsheet, and you're going to complete and submit your very own DCPS Data Analysis Project. In the previous video lesson, we learned what a linear regression is and how we can use it to make predictions. Today, you're going to be making some predictions of your own. My only question for you today is this: are you ready to start analyzing the data? If so, let's get started. So the place to get started is on your Blackboard page. If you're watching this video, you're already here, but let me just get you oriented. Here are all the lessons that we've done with some paper homework assignments. Here are the Khan Academy assignments that we've done. Here's the video that you're currently watching. And right down here is a assignment called the DCPS Data Analysis Project. You're going to be doing this in a Google spreadsheet using a template I've created. What you're going to do is down here, you're going to click Use This Template, and that's going to take you to Google Drive. So you're going to need to go to Google Drive by clicking here. Go to Google Drive. You're going to log into your Google account. I need to go through this. And once you are logged into your Google account, you'll see your Google Drive here. You're going to go back to the Blackboard page, and you're going to click here, Use This Template. Use this template again. And what that's going to do is open for you a spreadsheet, and it's going to say Copy of DCPS Data Analysis. The first thing you're going to want to do is click up here on this title so that you can rename your project, and you're going to call it your name so I know who this is. I'm going to call this Barnett DCPS Data Analysis and hit OK. Here we go. Now here's what you're going to see. Here I have collected for you a bunch of data on high schools in DC Public Schools. This is all from the DC Public Schools website. I've got some data about test scores, size of classes. Here's the data we've been looking at: in-seat attendance and graduation rate. But you're actually going to be able to choose what data you look at. Here's how you're going to do it. I'm going to click on this tab at the bottom that says Example. This takes me to a blank page here. And you're going to see some questions, and you're going to see a blank space here. The first thing I want you to do is answer a couple questions at the top. Choose two variables I want to analyze using a scatter plot, and tell me why you've chosen those two variables, and then make a prediction about correlation. I'm going to pause here and answer those questions. You should be answering those questions for your own variables before you do any analysis. Okay, I've answered those initial questions. I've said that I want to see how attendance and graduation rates are related to predict Eastern's graduation rate. And then I've also said I expect a positive correlation because I think schools where students attend often will have more graduates. Okay, there's my prediction. Now let's actually see how this works. What I'm going to do is this. I'm going to go to my DCPS Data tab, and I'm going to find the data that I want. So I'm going to scroll over. I'm going to find in-seat attendance. I'm going to select this entire column. Here, to copy it, I'm going to hit Control-C. Now I'm going to go back to the example. Let me move down a little bit. And in-seat attendance is going to be my independent or driving variable because I think it is going to drive the graduation rate. So I'm going to click on this green space, hit Control-V. There is my independent or driving variable. Now I want to get my dependent or driven variable. That's going to be graduation rate. So I'll go back to the DCPS Data tab. I'm going to go up. I need to scroll over a little bit. Find the percent graduation rate. Same thing. Click, left click, hold to get all this data. I'm going to hit Control-C. I'm going to go back to example, and in this green box, hit Control V. Good. Now I've got in-seat attendance and graduation rates for all these schools, and you'll see here Eastern's graduation rate is blank because we don't have a graduation rate yet, but we will. So now I want to create a scatter plot. The way that I do that is this. I'm going to click in-seat attendance, hold down my left button, and select both columns, in-seat attendance and graduation rate. Got them here. Okay, I've got both columns. I'm going to hit Insert, Chart. I'm going to hit Charts, Scatter, click there. I'm going to hit this blue button down here, and there we go. Let me zoom out so I can see this. I've got a nice scatter plot right here. I've got a very nice scatter plot. I'm going to move it right over here, move it right here, and this is a scatter plot. I've got in-seat attendance on my x-axis, graduation rate on my y-axis. But I want to make this look a little nicer. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to click Advanced Edit in this button. First thing I'm going to do is give it a title. I'm going to call it Graduation Rate versus in-seat attendance. So now it's got a title. I'm going to scroll down. My horizontal axis, I want to label in-seat attendance. You're going to be doing this for your own data. And then on this axis, my left vertical axis, I want to call this graduation rate, percent, because this is measured in percent. So that will show up on my y-axis. And then the most important thing here is to scroll down and hit at the very bottom trend line. Remember, trend line was another word for line of best fit. I'm going to hit linear. That gives me my line of best fit. And then I'm going to label it with the equation. That gives me an equation that I think we're familiar with from the last lesson. I'm going to show r squared. Remember, this is a value of the correlation coefficient that tells me whether it's a strong or weak correlation. And then I like to make this red just so I can see it a little more clearly. Hit update. There we go, and I can move this. Let me see if I can move this. Just move it up a little bit so I can see these questions below. Here's a scatter plot. And once you have this nice scatter plot with the linear regression line, what I want you to do is scroll down. Let me scroll down a little bit. And there are 5 questions for you to answer. So based on your scatter plot and linear regression, I want you to answer these 5 questions. What type of correlation do you observe? Why do you think it would exist? Explain what the linear regression line suggests. Find the point representing Eastern, if there is a point representing Eastern. And then tell me whether you think the linear regression line is a good predictor. This isn't something we really talked about, how to know when the regression line is a good predictor, but it is something that I just want us to think about, get a feel for. When are linear regressions good predictors and when are they not? I'm going to pause and answer these questions now. And here you'll see that I've answered the questions. I'm not going to review these answers now because they will be up on the spreadsheet when you open it. But I do want to say these are my answers. These are not the right answers. Linear regression is a tool, a powerful tool that makes predictions, but those predictions are open for interpretation, and the reason that we are doing this project is because I want your interpretations, not just my own. So here's how you're going to do the project. You'll see that there are 3 tabs here, linear regression 1, linear regression 2, and linear regression 3. These are all blank. They have questions here and space for your data. What you need to do is go back to the DCPS data spreadsheet, copy and paste your own data, put it into these 3 tabs, and then run 3 linear regressions of your own. Once you've done that, you'll submit on Blackboard. You're going to hit download as it as an Excel file. It will show up here. You're going to go back to Blackboard, click on the Data Analysis Project. You were going to submit it by hitting Browse Your Computer. Go to Downloads, find it. find it, Barnett DCPS Data Analysis, open it, and then hit submit. And when you do that, you will have completed your first linear regressions of DC public school data. You will have used this powerful tool to do some analysis of your own. Good luck.